Hi guys, thanks again for tuning in for another movie review. I am your movie guru. This time I'm going to be reviewing Good Boys. This review isn't going to be too long. It's pretty straightforward, I believe, as far as how the movie went. I'll tell you right off the bat, it got an 80% score on Rotten Tomatoes and then a 90% audience score. For those of you who don't know, you haven't seen the trailer or anything, it's basically kind of like a coming of age tale, uh, kind of a raunchy comedy set with young teenagers, or I guess tweens would be the actual word, 12 to 13 years old. Uh, there's been a lot of popular media right now concerning, I guess, that kind of teenage, a little bit before teenage uh, drama that goes along. For any of you know, like Steven Spielberg, he's famous for these type of movies. And then right now, Stranger Things is very popular TV show on Netflix, and it uses this well. There's been classic films like this with Goonies is one that immediately comes to mind. And then more recently, the first It movie had an teenage, excuse me, young teenage cast. So this it kind of falls along on that same vein of, hey, we're going to get these 12 to 13 year olds. They're going to lead the movie, but this one is going to be instead of drama or adventure movie, something like that, like a Percy Jackson type movie or a Harry Potter. This one's going to be kind of like an adult comedy, but instead with 12 to 13 year olds. That said, I was a little worried going into this movie that it was just going to be a type of Family Guy, South Park. I do enjoy those shows, but I feared that it was just going to devolve into, hey, we're just going to have, 13 year olds say the F word and, say all these sex jokes and all this raunchy comedy. And it's just going to be funny because they're kids saying it. If we had the same movie but we had adults, it wouldn't be funny. But it's going to be funny just because we have these, young children saying using this adult humor. So that's what I feared might be the case with this movie. I can say that I was glad that it didn't go down that path. Definitely had raunchy humor. There's definitely a lot of moments where the kids were talking and acting as adults, but that's not really where I would say the humor resides. The humor resides in the scenes that they put themselves into and situations that you can resonate with that you went through growing up, but it's kind of in a new perspective. So you might have had anxiety about going to your first dance or going to your first sleepover type of thing, but this is a little different. So like you're gonna resonate with that part, but it's gonna be different because this is for Generation Z. You didn't have social media when you grew up. There's a lot of things that are in society now that weren't necessarily in society then. If you had questions, you couldn't Google the answers or things like that. You just kind of had to have that trial by error. So it was really refreshing that they brought that in. That, hey, this is a kind of a coming of age tale. It's humorous, but it also has something that you can resonate, but it's brought in from a fresh perspective. And that said, it's also very, I would say, grounded in humanity. What I mean by that is it's not a movie that has just all these jokes. It's not, the plot doesn't drive or like the jokes don't drive the plot drives the jokes. So they don't, put them in needless situations and, put them in certain setups just so that hey, yeah, we're gonna have them walk in on this sex scene just so we can have a sex joke, or we're gonna have them walk into this this bar just so that we can have this type of joke. Like, no, like everything that happens in the movie is a logical follow through from where the movie is going. And so I was really happy to see that it really was kind of a natural progression. And even, just normal scenes that you would have went through, going to middle school, going to high school, they were able to show those scenes and then show them in a really funny way. Uh, like I said, the movie isn't perfect. I don't mean to, like I said, that 80% score and then the 90% audience score could have you coming in with high expectations. I definitely don't think it's the funniest movie I've ever seen, or, not even top 10. But definitely a funny movie. It's going to keep you laughing throughout. It's going to keep you engaged throughout. Like I said, it's human. You do resonate with the kids. It's not just humor. It does get emotional. There are sad scenes. It will make you remember and think back. Oh, like I remember my first crush, or I remember my first breakup. So it's really level-headed in that way. Really, in the summer, you have these types of summer blockbuster movies that you expect to see. A lot of action, a lot of explosions, things like that. And then there's the kind of the flat out comedies that you expect to see. And this definitely falls in that category. I think they did a really good job. You will enjoy going to see this movie. Not definitely not something I take kids to see. Like I say, it is rated R for a reason. But like I said, you would enjoy seeing this movie. It's perfect that kind of, hey, I want to start the weekend with something funny, or I want to end the weekend with something funny. I want to be entertained this weekend. This movie will do that job. That's it. I give it an 8 out of 10. As far as comedies go, I think it was really well done. And like I said, I like that they had the human elements, they had the humor, and then it followed a natural progression. So I thought they did a really good job. That's all for this time. Thanks again for watching my reviews. Thank you guys for the support. If you enjoy my reviews, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Leave me a comment if you disagree. If you think this was a terrible movie, hey, let me know. We can talk about it. Thanks once again for watching, guys. Have a good weekend. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you.